Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you tuning in. It is spring here in Louisville, Kentucky, which means spring is sprung and we are back into junk picking season. So estate sales, garage sales, yard sales, it's all popping off right now. So nothing gonna blow your mind, but let's see what I did manage to pick up this weekend while I was out hunting. But first, we have to go outside. Alright, first pick of the day was this beautiful vintage pedal car, this 4x4 Jeep. And if I didn't have the exact same one, it was very similar when I was a kid. You can tell the age because they would have a sticker for the 8-track player. And there's been some customizing here. We have a Harley Davidson sticker and do not enter. Tailgate comes down. Pedals are attached. It is in working order, and we've got steering wheel, and all in all it's in beautiful shape. As far as what I'm going to do with it, I really have no idea. It's too big to ship. I'm probably just going to put it in the garage, maybe mount it up. It needs to be cleaned first, but all in all, for 30 bucks I was happy to pick it up. Alright, so after I left the first estate sale, I hit a couple of yard sales, didn't find anything, and then made my way over to the second big estate sale of the day. By the time I got there, I was 28th in line, so I was not expecting to find much. And sure enough, when I got in, I saw someone grabbing some of the pieces I was looking for. But there were some consolation prizes. We'll get into the mask stuff in a second. Right now, we're going to look at the stuff that I actually picked up on the second day when things were marked 50% off. There were some pieces that I thought at the price marked, not a terrible deal, but could be a lot better, and I didn't think they would move. And sure enough, I went back today and got all this stuff at the price I wanted to pay. So if you watched my Ohio toy show video a couple weeks ago, you'll see that I got one of these sonic phaser guns, complete in package, and I was really happy for that. But I said at the time, boy, I wouldn't mind having a loose one just to play around with. And of course the gods delivered. We got this one for $5. I don't know if it works. It is dirty as heck. I'm going to have to clean it up, and then we'll see what's what. But it is fun to have one again, and hopefully, you know, cross your fingers, it'll work. Also picked up, well, here's just a random Constructicon for like $5. You know, it's missing everything except the little hand clip piece there, but I can't leave a G1 Transformer behind. Same thing with Joe's if they're not ridiculous. We need a O-ring here for Wild Weasel, but otherwise he's good. His crotch is unbroken, his thumbs are unbroken, so he looks pretty good. And then we got a lift ticket to go with our Tomahawk. Now this Tomahawk was sitting there the day before, and they wanted 45 bucks for it, and I was just not ready to pay that much when it seemed like it might be missing a lot. So I waited till today, went back, sure enough it was still there. So for $22.50 brought it home, and I am surprised how much of it is here. It actually turned out to be a good buy. So first of all, what's missing? We're missing a rear landing gear, and we're missing these two parts here on the sides. But those are easy enough to find on shells. You know, they're not really expensive. And then most of the missiles. We got 2 missiles, but the missiles are also not difficult to find. So the good news is most of the more expensive stuff is here. All of the rotor blades are here. Now some of them are pretty bendy, which happens a lot on this thing. They tend to droop and gravity over time. Yeah, see, you can't spin. So we'll probably have to take these off, get them hot, and straighten them out. But still, they're all here, and they're not broken. Not broken at the hinges or anything, so that's great news. The other thing, all 5 of the seats are here in the cargo bay. Both of the guns are here. This rear, what do we call it, rotor or whatever, it's here. The winch is here. The chin gun down here at the bottom is here. And the cockpit is here, and it is not broken. This hinge right here is broken a lot of time because gravity, you know, people open this up and it breaks. So that is not broken. Both of the cockpit controllers are here. So yeah, there is a lot to work with here. I was really happy with it for like 20 bucks. It is dirty as heck. It needs a serious cleaning. But again, I think I can source most of the pieces that are gone pretty easily and complete this thing at well under what it would cost you for a complete one. Now, of course, lift ticket, missing his microphone. you're never going to find that thing in the wild. I mean, it can happen, but it's never happened to me. So that's a separate issue. But as far as the helicopter itself, I think we are in pretty good shape going forward. Now, on to the mask stuff. All right, so mask. First up, Hondo, he came with Firecracker, which we'll get into in a minute. I did buy these loose. I paid, I think, $8 a piece for them, and I was happy to do it. Mask figures, if they're under $10 and they have the mask, I'll pay it because they can easily run 15, 20, 25 and up, depending on the character, if they're complete with the mask. If they don't have the mask, I'll pay almost nothing for them, maybe $1, maybe $2. But they're just about worthless without the masks, because you can find maskless figures all day long. You're rarely going to find a collection of masks, just loose masks. So it's difficult to complete these guys. So for under 10, like I said, $8, we got Alex Sector, and I think his name's Bruno, I'm not sure, but he goes with the Stinger, which I have over here, actually bought separately. I guess they didn't know that he went with it. So I went ahead and picked these up. Now when I got these guys, all three of them, the paint's really nice, they're in good shape, clean, but they were all sticky. And if you notice, this is the long mask version. The original release had the short mask, which is really just this visor, kind of looked like Cyclops from the X-Men. If you didn't know, all of the first wave masks were reissued with longer masks, I guess because they were choking hazards when they were so small. So it would have been nice to have found the short mask version, but in the meantime, this is fine. But anyways, these were all sticky. And not sticky because some kid got them gooey. They're sticky because over time, a lot of these toys, depending on what plastic formula they were using to make them, the plasticizers break down and kind of start to leach out over the body, and so they can get this goo on them. And the miracle cure for that is just some Dawn dish soap. Let them soak for a while. You may never get them completely dry, but they feel pretty good right now. The chest is really good. The legs still a little tacky. I might run them through the ultrasonic cleaner after a while, but much better than they were. But anyways, if you get sticky figures, don't think the worst, grossest thing automatically. It could just be the effect of time and that plastic breaking down. So give them a good cleaning and you can get them back close to like new. Okay, first up in the vehicles, like I said, we got Hondo, and he goes with Firecracker, which is a pretty cool, it's a great color. It's a great sculpt for the truck itself. It isn't a super exciting transformation, but it is cool. It comes with this bike, and this one is missing. There is a spare tire projectile that shoots out of here, and it is missing, and this is what's usually missing on these. There is a clip that goes on the back of this that you can put the bike on, so it'll rest on the back. That thing is tough. But it's not a complete loss. It's still pretty nice. It does need a cleaning. I don't know if I can do this with one hand here. There we go. That's his action feature. There is a spring right here. Hit that, he pops open. You get the guns. And the other piece that's missing, you have these cannons on the back. I think they're called like freeze or anti-freeze. I don't know what they're called. But anyways, the one on the left is missing here. For some reason, I can find the right ones all the time. The left one is rough. It's hard to find. But we'll put out an alert for that thing, poke around, see if we can find it. So in the meantime, not a terrible display piece. It needs a cleaning. That tire you can find, it might be 30 or 40 bucks. I'll just have to bide my time and see if we can find one in an auction or in a junk lot. We do have the steering wheel. Doors are good. These guns are here. And like I said, that one of the rear guns is there. So we're all good there. Just have to see if we can find the rest of that piece. And I don't want to do that one-handed because I don't want to break it. But anyways, pretty cool. All right, next up is the Stinger vehicle from Mask. And so earlier we looked at the Bruno Shepard figure. That's really the best thing about this piece because this car is missing just about everything. So probably not going to be able to do much with it. If you pull that hood out, then the sides shoot out. And there's a piece here behind the hood that should come up, and it is just gone. You can see the springs in there. Totally missing. So there's not much we can do with this guy. The one thing it does have is this like grapple chain in the back. Might be able to take this off and sell it. But otherwise, this is pretty much just a shell. Not a lot of use. But getting the figure is cool, and we'll figure out something to do with this. And finally, with the mask stuff, the piece that you can never have too many of, it's Rhino, classic. And this one, it's not perfect and it's not complete, but I think I paid 18 bucks for it, and there's enough there to work with. We do have both the smokestacks. We have both doors, including the one that shoots off. It's intact, the hinge is good. The chrome is not bad. Could use a little touch up there. We have the flap up top. This piece comes out. We have the missile. For some reason, there was a second missile with it. And it has the little vehicle. Now the mud flap is broken. So pretty much you would have to just buy this entire, because chances are you're not going to find the mud flap any cheaper than you can find this piece. You can get this for about 20 bucks. So, but it is there, buttons are there. That works, it pops out. So the only things we're missing are the radar dish on top, which I think I have one in a box somewhere, and that side ramp. So again, needs a cleaning, but I just cannot turn these guys down. They're just such a beautiful toy, and we'll see what we can do, clean them up a little bit, and maybe over time complete them and have another one. And finally, the big pickup for me, the one I was most excited about, is this Tyco Daredevil Cliffhangers Night Glow set. Gotta love this artwork. Classic 80s set. I had one like this. I did not have, I don't think I had the one with the loops on it. This was a little more complex than the one I had, but I did have the glow-in-the-dark set that could go up the wall. I am terrible with slot cars. I am way too eager to pull that trigger and cannot get them to stay on the track. But I do love this thing. I have no idea if it's complete. This is one that I went back for today at half off, so it was 35 bucks, I think, at that price. It was worth taking a flyer. So let's unbox it and see what's in here. Hope it's complete. Who knows? Cross your fingers. So we got all the crap out, and what did we find? Well, we found the art's nice, and we found we have the triggers, and we have most of the little pieces. We got the power supply. We got most of the track as far as I can tell. We got the guardrails. What are we missing? The cars. The stupid cars. So anyways, that's a kick in the pants. But again, for 35 bucks, I think we did well. I can find those cars if need be, and it appears I do need be. But yeah, anyway, again, I'm glad I did not pay 75 bucks for it. 35, it's much easier to eat it if I have to, and we could sell the pieces off individually if necessary. But this is one that I would like to complete and put up myself. So there you have it, folks. Like I said, not a hugely exciting weekend, but enough stuff to make it worth getting up, you know, at 6:30 on a Saturday to go hunt. I do love the hunt. Hope you all are out there hunting too and having a good time. And happy spring. See you later. Bye-bye.